Let's make some simple changes to that beautiful brain of yours and challenge your mindset to grow your self-esteem. Hello and welcome to another episode of Challenge Your Mindset. I'm your host, Noura. And, we all have that one friend who, when we tell them that we're going to do something, they just find a way to not do it, right? So, for example, you're like, okay, we're going to go to the gym on Monday. And then Monday comes and they no longer want to go to the gym. Or, let's go take a walk in the forest. And, you know that it makes you feel so much better because you're with nature, you're looking at the pretty trees and other people are there and it makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. But the day comes when you've planned to go for a walk in the forest and all of a sudden they don't want to go anymore. Or you're like, okay, let's spend some time with family and friends. And then, it's time for you to actually step into that role. And all of a sudden they're like, we don't want to do that right now. There always seems to be something. It becomes a cycle. And so you stop relying on this person. They're no longer reliable to you. Do you have a friend like that? You love them because they're fun to be around. You enjoy their company, but overall, they are an expert excuse maker and you hate them just a little bit for doing that. So let's table that for now. We'll come back to it a little later. So for today's episode, we're going to be talking about self-esteem. Self-esteem is the way you look at yourself. According to the Oxford Dictionary, it's confidence in one's own worth or abilities. It's also self-respect. So how many times have you said that you'll go to the gym on Monday, and how many Mondays have passed without you going to the gym? And you'll start an assignment instead of procrastinating this time and you don't. Or that you'll take pictures of your art and post them and you don't. And so self-esteem is essentially confidence in one's worth or ability. And that's exactly what we'll be focused on today. The secret sauce to boosting our self-esteem after this short break. And we're back. So let me ask you this. Do you love yourself? Let me rephrase that question. Do you want what's best for you? Let me rephrase that a little more. Do you want your future to be better than where you are now? Yeah? Yes? Of course? Well, then let's make some simple changes to that beautiful brain of yours and challenge your mindset to grow your self-esteem. Grab a pen and paper if you're sitting down and listening to this. If you're driving, please focus on the road. And if you're going on a walk and you're listening to this, try to take mental notes and responses. Okay? So number 1, establish a purpose. What is your purpose in your life right now? Now that's a big question, but let's break it down. I didn't say what's your life purpose because, oh my God, that's huge and it could be very, very daunting. But we're going to start small. What is it right now? What's your purpose right now? For example, Noura, I'd like to empower people to take control of their mind. I believe that life is 20% what happens to you and 80% how you react to it. So my purpose right now is to help others take control of the 80%. And it all starts, I believe, with the way that we think. You can have multiple purposes. That's just mine. But let's focus on only one for this activity. Write it down if you can. My purpose is, and then fill in the blank. Right? And you could go ahead and pause this and jot down little notes just so you could follow along. Now, number 2, set small goals and do them. So instead of telling yourself, I'm going to finish my assignment today, it becomes, I will do questions 1 to 4 today, and tomorrow I'm going to do questions 5 to 8, right? Instead of saying, I will go to the gym every day this month, it becomes, well, I know that on Monday and Wednesday evenings and on Saturday mornings, I'm usually free. Those are times for me to be me. So I'll work out then. I'll schedule them in. No excuses. I'll do it then. We want to build our self-esteem. And we do that by saying we'll do stuff and actually do them. right? So setting small goals could be really helpful with that. The thing is that when you tell yourself, I'm going to finish the assignment today, and you don't, the next time you tell yourself, well, I'm going to finish the assignment today, guess what? In the back of your head, you're like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to finish that assignment today. We both know this. This is just talk. All of this is just talk. We want to switch that energy into, no, I'm actually going to do the task that I said that I will do. And the way that you do this is by starting small. Set yourself small goals and do them. If you know for sure you can do 2 questions out of that problem set, if you know for sure that you are always available Monday evenings, go to the gym then, schedule it in. It's helpful to even block times into your calendar as uninterrupted times for you to be able to do those things, right? So set small goals and do them, because in order to, lift your self-esteem, you have to build trust within yourself. Number 3, focus on the positive. Now, I didn't say be positive, because I think being positive is a state of mind that could be achieved. However, you have to train your brain to get to that point. But acknowledging the negative is the first step. And for the second step is shifting your focus on the positive. So you're taking steps on this trail. So for example, you stub your toe in the morning, right? You just woke up, you hit it at the edge of your bed, and the first thought is, oh my God, this is how my day is going to be, right? But instead, you could be like, at least I didn't break my toe. Or if you stubbed your toe against the nightstand, at least the lamp didn't fall off the table, right? Or if it's crunch time for the presentation and you didn't, finish the presentation in time, well, at least you have a coworker who's willing to help. Yes, we know that things suck, but it sucks less because blank. Right? So filling in that blank can help you focus on what's positive, no matter what is going on. Oh, I just got rejected from another university. Well, I'm still waiting to hear back from 5 other universities. Or I just got rejected from this job that I really, really wanted. Well, I can apply to the same position in a different department and still get my foot in the door, right? Or I can talk to this person and tell them why I would be qualified, right? And how passionate you are. So there are ways to twist it around. You're focusing on what's positive. You're acknowledging the negative, but focusing on what's positive. So write it down. Yes, we know things suck, but it sucks less because fill in the blank. Number 4, keep a gratitude journal. Write one thing that happens every day that you're grateful for. You can write it all on one sheet of paper for the next month and then read it at the end of the month. You'll be amazed at the things you forget, or the things that you take for granted, or the things that have made you happy in the past month. It's really surprising. So doing that, and if you want, even you could designate a wall where you have Post-it notes, and every day you just write a Post-it note, and then the wall becomes this is my gratitude wall. So this is where I'm going to put everything that I'm grateful for. It makes you feel wow, life doesn't suck that much, and it improves your self-esteem by making you think, well, I am doing things that are helping me, and therefore I am able to do things. And that carries on to number 5, actually volunteering. Help someone else on their journey to betterment, right? So you could volunteer in a nursing home, for example, or a hospital, or a food pantry, or you could tutor kids, or you could teach someone something new. You would be amazed at the confidence boost that gives you. Helping your community tells your subconscious that, hey, look, we can offer someone something. We're helping. We're worth it. Someone needs me out there, and I'm able to do that. So that lifts your self-esteem. And lastly, be kind to yourself. You know how you volunteer to help others? Talk to yourself as if you're helping someone else. Catch your thoughts every time something bad happens. What does that storm sound like in your brain? Can we make the storm a little calmer? Can we say something kind like, I'm proud of you for trying, instead of, you made a fool of yourself for trying. I won't be doing that again. So instead of saying that to ourselves, turning those words into, I'm proud of you for doing this, for doing X, Y, and Z, for actually taking a step in the right direction, right? And it's a journey. This is not something that just comes to you. It's a journey. And we know the famous saying of a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. We all know that saying. So just take the first step. So again, let's do a quick recap. Number 1, establish a purpose. What is your purpose in your life right now. Number 2, set small goals and actually do them. You know your capacity. You know how much you could get done. Set small goals and do them. And it helps to even have a to-do list if you want to check things off. That always makes me feel better. Number 3, focus on the positive. Now, again, I didn't say be positive. You have to train your mind to get to that point. Instead, acknowledge the negative and then shift your focus onto the positive. So yes, things suck, but it sucks less because. Number 4, keep a gratitude journal. Write one thing every day that you're grateful for. Number 5, volunteer. Help someone do something. Whatever it may be, just volunteer some of your time towards something. And it doesn't have to be something that's formal. It could simply be teaching a kid to ride a bike if you know how to ride a bike, right? You have a younger sibling, or you have a niece or a nephew, or even your own child. They want to learn how to ride a bike. Teach them to ride a bike. Encourage them, and you'll see how they do on their journey, how that affects you because you were able to offer them to do something, right? And number 6, be kind to yourself. Remember to talk to yourself as if you're talking to someone that you're helping. Now, remember that friend that I mentioned in the beginning? The one who always found excuses or was late or would cancel plans? Yeah, that person is us. Sometimes we allow ourselves to do that. We say we're going to do something and we don't. We make promises to ourselves and we break them. The more you accept that behavior, the more it becomes worse. You give yourself a pass once and then you take advantage of it. If you took a shovel and used it to dig a hole for every time you told yourself, I'm going to do this, and ended up not doing it, your hole could be 2 inches deep. Someone else's could be 20 feet deep. And if it spirals and you don't take control of it, next thing you know, you're 100 feet deep and you can't get out. You're going to need a very long ladder. Now, we don't want that. We want to build our self-esteem. And the way to do that is to fulfill what we say we're going to do. I'm going to keep a gratitude journal. Guess what? Grab the nearest sheet of paper, grab a notebook. That is now your gratitude journal. You said you would do it. Do it. You have to follow through on your promises and deliver on your promises to yourself. You are the most important person to yourself in your whole life. Yes, if you have kids, they're very important. But without yourself, it would be hard to take care of them, right? If you have any dependents, taking care of them is more difficult if you can't take care of yourself. So to build your self-esteem, the number one thing you need to focus on is delivering on your promises to yourself. So for this week's mindset challenge, I want you to start with the first thing on the list to build your self-esteem. What is your life purpose for now? Write it down. Your purpose is a goal. You are 42% more likely to achieve your goal if you write it down. Then write one thing down you can do every day for 5 minutes that would get you closer to achieving that purpose. Something you can do for 5 minutes every day, or 15 minutes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like, make a schedule for yourself. Like, this is time dedicated for me to do something for me, for myself. You want to feel like you're doing something about it. Something about your purpose. What are you doing right now to fulfill what you believe is your purpose in life right now? Let's say your purpose for now is to bring a smile to a kid's face, and you love balloon animals. You want to learn how to make them so you can volunteer at a hospital and help cheer up kids who are inpatients. Start small. Watch videos every day. Watch a 5-minute video, right? And then buy yourself a kit after like a couple of weeks of like watching it online. Then start making them. Then start recording yourself as you're making them. You never know. People might enjoy watching you making balloon animals. It might cheer them up. It might cheer kids up across the globe, right? Then start volunteering at the hospital and making balloon animals for the kids. This whole process literally just starts with a single step. And that first step is just watching a video for 5 minutes every day so you can learn. So for this week's mindset challenge, identify your purpose for now and ultimately stick to the promises you make to yourself. Remember to stick to your promises. Follow through on your promises, deliver on your promises, build your self-esteem by sticking to your promises. And so with that, we are on a journey to betterment for ourselves and hopefully for people around us. This is all I have for you for this week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Challenge Your Mindset. Follow this podcast wherever you may cast your pods by hitting that plus button. You could also follow us on Instagram at Nura_unplugged. That's Nura, Nora_unplugged. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope you have a fabulous day and an even better week, and I will see you next week.